The views and opinions expressed on the Blue Dot Live show are strictly those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of the Blue Dot family in its entirety. We are not experts on the topics we discuss, nor are we journalists. We are simply concerned citizens trying to find sanity in an increasingly insane world. We urge you to listen, read, and view as many different sources as you can to keep up with the shit show of American politics. Form your own opinions. Take what you like and leave the rest. Just remember to vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
Am I living the American dream? I got two eyes, try to see the way the world turned. What happened to me? It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How the hell y'all doing? How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday, and it's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and so I am so glad y'all are here. I love it when the family gets together. I have been gone for several days, so yeah, back in the saddle again, baby. Anyway, I'm tickled to death y'all are here. And Donald Hamilton was the first one to jump in, followed by Penny Hartleman, Jeanette Miller, Jeff Curry is here, Irene Lambert, thank you, baby, keep rocking it. Adam Hewitt, my man, glad you're here, brother. The Remixtress is with us, as is the Royal Blue. Let me see here. John Public, all the way from New York. John Public, we've heard of that guy. I've heard of him on the news. They do polls with him a lot, I think. Debbie Hopewell, Randy Peterson, woo, pig, getting warm. Yeah, get ready for them 3 digits, buddy, because they're coming really quick. I think next week or something we're going to be up in 3 digits. Hold on to your britches, buddy. Welcome to South Texas. It gets a little warm down here. Mega Wet Willie is with us. Carol Lowe, let me see, Bruce Preston, Kelly Clark is here, Pat Hunter, Bob Kay, Susan Forsepi, Sammy Marcy, almost stumbled, Debbie Hopewell here, John Heron, our resident archaeologist. If he can dig into it, he will. Glad you're here. Mishachick, thank you, darling, for being here, always. Mary Felix, man, Jay Noswick. I haven't even gotten anywhere down this list. We are way off. I got a zip down here. Inga's Best is here. Blue Dot Greeter, our man Mark is with us. Gregory Brown, thank you all for being here. It is Easter weekend, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend, enjoyed your holiday with any kind of activities you did, whether it be going to church and sunrise services. A lot of places here in Corpus Christi, they had the reenactment of the crucifixion and all on the bayfront down here. They had a wonderful turnout down there, and I hope your Easter egg hunting went well and all that kind of good stuff. It is the Easter weekend, and we're supposed to remember what that means. Even somebody like me delves through and finds that meaning, that it's how we treated people in our life and all that stuff. Anyway, hey, that reminds me. I got mail. I got mail from John and Carolyn Metjesco out in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I got a couple of wonderful stories from John, who is a wonderful storyteller. In one episode here, he talks about friendship and just how good a friend are you, even when that friend is a, shall we say, pain in the ass. I don't know how much of that he said. Don't ever talk to me about. Anyway, John has led an interesting life, as has Carolyn, and they're just wonderful people. I had the great opportunity to meet them at the last Blue Dot family hookup we had in San Antonio, Texas, and they were a delight. And it turned out to be a great adventure. Anyway, that's why we're all here. It's been a hell of a weekend. A lot been in the news since I last had a chance, so there's a lot of shit stored up in my head, especially since last Friday to today. Last Friday being Good Friday, and that's the day it hit the news. But here comes the old boy down the highway there with his big old, might I add, very expensive dually, big old dually pickup coming down the road with flags all over it, the thin blue line flag, this kind of flag, every kind of flag you could think of, because, you know, he's patriotic as hell, and he's going to show everybody. But on the back bumper, we all saw it. It is the excuse me for just a minute. There it is. I got to turn that down. That light is right in my face. That's the off button. No, got to have that. Shit. Anyway, it's broke. That's right. Where was I? With the picture on the back of Joe Biden hogtied in the back of the pickup truck going down the road because he's such a patriotic asshole. And it just goes all sorts of shit into my mind of why I'm in this fight. I started this damn near 8 years ago. It's a lot of running your mouth, baby, over one thing, over the threat that I perceive to be against my country. And have no doubt that threat is not only real then, it is real now, and it continues to be a threat. And that's why I keep voicing my opinion, because I'm not going to go away. But this weekend anyway, got the picture there on the back of the truck being Easter weekend and all that, because then it got my brain thinking. This is how John's brain goes. Well, it's Good Friday. That's the day they nailed Jesus to the cross. And now we got Joe Biden in the back of a pickup truck. Where's he going with that guy? Well, they were going to hang Mike Pence. I'm just thinking, well, it's Good Friday. Are they going to nail him to a cross? And if they did, what does that make Joe Biden? Well, that would make Joe Biden Christ, not Donnie, because last night on SNL, it's pretty well obvious Donnie thinks he's Christ, so we're all supposed to celebrate his ass today. Anyway, it's a small example of where John's mind goes with some things that are just utterly ridiculous. He's out there hawking a Bible, guaranteeing everybody he's read every word of his favorite book and all that kind of shit. It's I don't know, blasphemy, whatever you want to call it. It's so disgusting at such a level that again, that's what that's what makes my mind go. Is the fuel I have in me to make sure that this guy is thrown out of our house and never allowed back in again. He is out to destroy this country, and I prefer to think that we are here to save this country. Anyway, I ramble on because I'm lost. Carol DeBurge just came in with a $5 donation and said, Happy Easter, and TDOV. The haters are mad about this. Love it, TDOV. Oh, Lord. Carol, you're done making me think here. Wait a minute. I must bring up somebody who might know what that means. Let me get Miss Chick up here and let her join the conversation. Maybe she knows what that TDOV. Happy Easter and transgender. I got it. Transgender Observation Day. Yes. That
Observance.
Was another thing. Observance Day. Yes. Transgender.
No.
What?
No, that's not what it is. It's Trans Day of Visibility?
Visibility, I think.
Okay, something like that. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop.
It's a day that we set aside to celebrate and hold up those that are transgender. They are part of our society, just like the rest of every one of us whose rights we have to fight for every day. And they're mad at it, which again puts John's mind into, wait a minute. Well, that day was set in stone. Well, we got this day, right? It's this day we're going to celebrate transgenders in this country. But then they moved Easter over there. what's that shit about? You know,
Well,
I'm just
Easter's
saying.
a floaty day.
I know it. It's a
happens
floating day.
according
You
to
don't know
something
what. Are we
else.
going to cancel all the rest of anything that we're thinking about just because that one might float around and get in somebody's way? I would be more preferred to think that they could work together. Didn't Jesus preach inclusion and to love thy neighbor and all that kind of stuff?
Well, John, before we get into all that, let's step back a second and look at it a little differently.
Okay.
What really happened was they decided to post something or say something to get everybody upset.
Well, of course they
purposefully. And
hey,
guess what?
It
when
worked
we
on
bring
me.
it up and try and rebuttal it, we're just making it bigger. We've just made it bigger. We've just fallen into the trap.
I don't think it's a trap, darling. What I look at is looking back at how I started this. I totally, wholeheartedly, and want to point out every good thing that Joe Biden has done, and he's going to do a fantastic job on the next term, I hope. The reason I got into this because I was really pissed off at a man who came into my house, a house that I took an oath to, one that I still continue to hold in my heart. And he attacked my house. He spit on it. He spread his mold all over the place. That pissed me off, and not the first time I opened my mouth. I had a great discussion this weekend. My first time, go back and find radio programs. It was during George W. Bush's. But when Trump came along, that was the line, baby. So that's where I raised my voice. I'm mad. I fall into every trap they set out there. Everything they do, I point at it and look and say that stinking shit. I wish I could slap him upside his head and show him what he's done to this country.
Right.
So,
in my mind, that just gives him more relevancy.
Well.
And I want to make him irrelevant. I want him to go away. I don't want to even speak the name.
I don't know how you could do that. I don't know how you can do that without turning on your TV because it's the Trump station 24/7. I don't care what station you turn to. Most liberal, most right. It's all Trump 24/7.
But instead of grabbing a hold of all these stupid little talking points that they keep smattering out there like some kind of gross sneeze of infection, we have choices. And I choose to try and look at what is my state house doing? What can I do there? Can I keep an eye on them? What are my local courts doing? What are my state courts doing? What is the Supreme Court doing? The more important things. I don't want to get distracted by, Trump posted some stupid thing on Truth Social again. Because he always does. And it's all just in the background of what I care about. I really don't. Because we do have a First Amendment, and there is a certain amount of bullshit out there that all of us are offended at, but they're still allowed to do, right? Our First Amendment is got a snag in it. We don't always like what people have to say.
No.
And that doesn't mean we get to
and there might
brush
be a
them
whole
off.
lot of people out there that do not like what I say, that do not like the fact that I argue or I rant and I rave about that man. Because let's face it, 99% of what comes out of my mouth is probably some rage against his ass. I am 100% behind the Democratic Party, and we have urged everybody in this family to contact your local Democratic headquarters. That is the best thing you can do for your country right now. I'm trying to get back to the Way Out Weber Democrats, which I enjoyed their meeting, and I've been invited to several more, and I'm trying to find the time to be more involved in my own politics because all politics is local. So it is the best way that we could do it is to contact. You can write letters. We advertise it all the time to do something for Two for Blue. But for those that are asking me to not pay attention to what he does goes against the very reason I even started this. Because I am outraged every day at everything he does, and it has consumed my life. It has cost me
and you just
so
admitted
much.
Right there, it has consumed you.
It has consumed me, and what's worse, what it has done to my family.
But in my life, I have learned that I have choices to what I should be upset about or not upset about, and what is important and what is not important. And
Here's
yes,
what's
I am
important.
upset that the man is being allowed to run for president. Yes, I am very upset about that. Do I care about his piddly little Twitters, truths, whatever the hell they're called? No. No, that's not going to stop. That's like diarrhea. It's just going to keep going.
Oh, it's going to
And
keep going. You can't put a plug in it.
no, and I don't have the energy to be upset about it anymore. I really
Well,
don't. I want to focus it elsewhere.
well, I don't know what to say. You know, we try to promote that as much as we can on the show. I know I've caused a problem in this family. I'm sorry. It's who I am. This is who I am. This is what
No,
I
I
do.
get that, John. It's all right.
You know, I just there's other things going on in my life that I don't speak about and that build up inside of me. This is the way I vent everything in my life. Is through channeling it into this, so it doesn't affect me when I go outside of this. I tell y'all, every time I drive down my street, I wave to every person on the street except one. He knows who he is, probably watching right now. My family has paid a heavy price for this. My family has been intimidated so many times in the last 8 years. It's not even funny anymore. It's a tragedy, if you ask me. It solidifies my faith in just how deep these idiots would go for the love of their God, for the love of their orange Jesus, that they would attack or threaten their fellow Americans, their neighbors down the street because you don't agree with their politics. That's what my family's gone through. Now, I have a choice. I could shut up. I could sell my house and move. That's been suggested several times to me. Or I could plant my fucking flag and stand proud for what I say. Every freaking word of it. From the day one I started this. It's not pretty. It's anger. It's frustration. It's everything built inside of me. This is my pressure valve, baby. I don't want everybody to join in it. That's how come people like Mischik and Bernadette and others, and my son, the Two for Blue, the Do Two for Blue, to the candidates things, all of those things that we try to do on this show to promote the Democratic Party and the direction this country should go in. But when you sit down and talk to me, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. That frustration, that anger, everything that's built
I know.
up in me.
I'm just concerned about not just yours, but everyone's mental
Everybody's
health,
voice.
according to politics.
Yeah.
And, finding a place to positively focus it instead of on all of it. Some of it we can't do anything about, and it doesn't matter as much. So doing the Two for Blue, doing the positive things, talking about those, and keeping focused on that, because we all get, I have a phrase called HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And when you're in any one of those, you're not at your best. You're not at your best. You're not thinking right. You're not, you're just frustrated, angry. It causes health problems. We all have it. We all have that potential to go over the fence, so to speak, and to rein it back in and try and focus on, breathing and taking a break. I took a mental break today. I had to go visit a friend in the hospital. Wonderful man, lovely man. He's 90 years old. He had an incident, put him in the hospital, and he is sharp as a tack, John. And there's nobody can tell me that he isn't, and it was a lovely visit. We had fun, got him laughing a little too hard. I think maybe his little beepers were going off because he was laughing too hard. But it just, the things that are really important to me are the relationships in this family, in the, my small family, in my friends, I got to remember that's still there. It's still out there. I can still reach out to it, and any one of us can reach out to any one of us in some way, shape, or form when we need a little help.
You know,
And we don't.
this weekend used to be, or this holiday used to be a thing. You know, before I get a thing, remember I said a thing. Gregory Brown came in with a $20 donation and says, "Mom says hello, everyone." So Gregory, thank you for that. Mom, howdy, baby. Glad you're there. That put a smile on my face. Anyway, what was I say? A thing? What was I talking about? Jesus, that made me smile.
Something you did this weekend that made you smile?
Oh, well, this weekend. Yeah, this weekend used to be a thing. It used to be a holiday where our whole family would get together and dinner and Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff. Today, all I heard was a whole lot of loud music in front of my house and roaring engines. Happy fucking Easter, John. That's what I got. That's what my family had today.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you live with.
I am not about to shut my mouth because that's exactly what they want me to do. They want me to shut up. They want me to go away.
I don't want you to shut up. I just want you to choose your battles better.
Maybe every day is a battle. It's how you your plan of attack, your line, your how you're going to adapt, overcome, and move forward every day. You know, I say that often, and for a lot of military people, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You adapt, you overcome, you move forward because you don't have any other fucking choice. That's what you do, whether you realize it or not. It's what you do. It's what we all do. It's how we deal with it is in our own personal ways. Yeah, John's kind of hard-headed on that.
I get it.
I'm a plant my flag dude, and I ain't moving. Something's gonna give. Something's not gonna end well. Unfortunately, you know that scenario goes on in my own house. What happens if he gets back in office?
Mm-hmm.
Personally speaking, I've got a serious fucking problem. And I'm not talking about my show.
Yeah.
That's how this affects me. And I'm sure it affects other people that use their voice, that speak up. You're going to have people that's going to hate you. I understand what you mean by don't living in a world of hate, because sometimes it wears on the body, and it has worn on me. I can look back at the videos I did years ago. I'm not that guy. I struggle to get a fucking smile out of my face, although I do every damn day.
Are you shitting me?
Do I mean it? I don't know. It comes natural to me. I'm going to try to smile and make your day better. My day's already fucked. Why would I want to make your day any worse? But this has always been my place to go scream in a bag or holler or get everything that I have frustrated up inside of me out. And I try, and now it's turned out that I have a hell of a family that listens to me, and I'm thankful so much every day for that. But it dropped to zero tomorrow, I'd still be here. I'd still be venting my rage. I'd still be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I adapt, I overcome, I move forward. Right now, the Republican Party. I don't want to say the Republican Party. I always hate saying that. Because it's not the Republican Party anymore. It's MAGA. It's the MAGA movement. It's Donald Trump that has taken over by force, I guess, I don't know, or blackmail, whatever way you want to buy them off. It has solidified a certain part of this country, and it was demonstrated in that truck, what they're willing to do for him, what they were willing to do on January 6th. Would they attack and get Joe Biden and throw him in the back of the truck? You bet your ass that boy would. You bet he would. He dreams about it, probably jacks off at it at night. That's who you were dealing with. People who have lost their soul to a man, not a country. To that kind of shit, a false prophet, a demagogue, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's funny because it's Easter, and my mind keeps going to the fact that the Bible tells you there's going to be a false prophet. There's going to be somebody who's going to come that's going to, you're going to worship his ass. And he's going to, I don't know. I didn't read the whole freaking thing. I don't know. It's a story. Somebody told many years ago. Anyway, let me catch up here real quick because Bob K came in with a $5 donation and said, stock it up on canned goods and cash and toilet paper because of possible service disruptions during the coming election riots when Trump loses bigly this fall. You know, I got this discussion too. Well, you know, what happens if he wins? Well, if he wins, happy we're going to have to put up with some bullshit. But what if he loses? And my answer is, he's not trying to win an election. He is trying to raise an army. That's what he is doing.
Yeah.
That's what that guy in that pickup truck was doing. He's letting them know, I'm a soldier, baby. I'm ready to go to the mattress for you. That's what he's telling them. That's who he is talking to. That's who he is raising, not a political movement. He wants to be the glorious leader, and those are the people that are willing to let him. Anyway, Leon Borders, I hope I said that right, and it came in with a $20 donation and said, Brotherhood of the DD-214, this beach is ours. CMDC stands with you. Thank you. This beach is ours. That driveway is my land. And I will defend every fucking piece of it. My fear is that I'll have to do that. With 8 years of running my mouth against that man, my God, if he were to get in power again, all across this country there would be mayhem. There would be violence. And I fear that it will be on my street. And guess who the target is? Because they're not going to go far looking for something to do. Not when it's in their backyard. Would they attack me? Oh, hell yes. That's what I'm afraid that some of our countrymen, some of our fellow Americans, some of our neighbors and our friends are those people that are willing to do anything for him. Anything. And that's a scary thought. Anyway, I digress. Aussie Dave.
Hello. Hang on, I've got to wake up. There you go.
Stretch that out of there.
Napping over there in the corner.
Can I say, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
You have an insane man who is an obvious criminal who has been gagged 3 times now, and he is snubbing his nose at the law, at the gag orders. He files a late motion last night to find out exactly who he can attack and can't attack to try and get delay. Right. This guy is untouchable. Look, sorry guys, America looks like it's cowering to the fear of Trump and his cult. You said the army. That's what the worry is. It's not Trump. You take the cult away from the situation, and they'll arrest his ass straight away. But they are scared of his army, and it's sad to say that about America. That they're scared of a cult, because we all know. Bottom line is, the guys who live across the road from you, that person is probably only 10% of what the cult represents. Meaning they're not all like that. A lot of these cult members are very,
they're weekend warriors. Yeah, they're bravado, young kids. You know,
but they're not out there wearing
the truck wasn't a young kid. That guy had some money, because I guarantee you that truck cost some money.
But they're not out there every weekend in the camo gear and playing soldier, looking forward to the day that Trump wins. Right? Yeah. Because that's the danger. But that's only a handful, and so be it. They should be arrested if they do create problems. But what I think it goes deeper than we think. We have got a situation here that we've been ignoring for quite some time, because we all had emotionally indebted ourselves to this person, which is Mr. Garland, right? Merrick Garland. I have, when he was first appointed, I did say to you guys, don't get too excited. I don't really like this guy. And then I was told off because, you know,
Oh,
hey,
I was
he
quite the
took down
opposite,
this
Dave.
and
I
that.
was full of
But
hope and had visions of sugar plums dancing in my head and
ex-
shit when he
mate,
got nominated.
he
The
was a
man was going to
sleeper.
go on the Supreme
Now,
Court.
look at who Trump has not attacked. We know who he's attacked. He's never
He has
attacked
not
Merrick
attacked
Garland.
Merrick Garland himself. No, it
No,
might be
he's
because Donnie
Smith.
knows his limit. Maybe
Well,
that
no,
that
no.
that
I
might
think
be the
he
bridge
knows
too
that.
far. I don't know.
I think Merrick Garland's sympathetic to Trump, personally. I mean, he sat in his ass for 6 months and done nothing. If Merrick Garland had acted like this, it took 12 months before they even started thinking about indicting Trump. If Garland had acted pretty well straight away after the insurrection and got an investigator
There's
underway straight away,
there's the
there would
problem
be
I have
none of
with
this
him.
bullshit. There'd be none of this bullshit. It's election interference because it would have been well before he would have
Right.
nominated himself to
No,
be.
that is the problem I have with Merrick Garland is the time it took him after January 6th to file charges against him, to complete the investigation. Like there was a whole even the Florida case. Come on, man. It didn't take long
Comes
for
down
any
to
of this.
Biden being too trustworthy. Biden was look. I know Biden is great for the country, and it doesn't matter about his body or about his stutter. His mind works fine, and that's the most important thing. He's not liable to go push the magic football and start World War III because he got upset with someone. And that's the sort of person that Trump is. There's difference between potentially the start of World War III or not. But the Biden's numbers are coming up. They are coming up. Did
They
you
are.
notice that in the
They are.
polls?
They are. I did. Yes, I did.
And
And
there's a
his
lot more
numbers are
people.
going up. I think a lot. Not only is it Trump's rhetoric that's causing that. I'm hoping and I'm thinking it's a realization across this country, especially after the bridge collapse out in Maryland. Um, this country we're supposed to be, what do we call ourselves? Oh, what was it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the United States of America. Right now, the way I look at this, and I might be getting off on a tangent, the Republican Party's not too much into this, all for one, one for all shit. No, they're all more than willing to draw lines, not only in your neighborhood and states and all of this shit. They're willing to draw that line. When a tornado hits Kansas and wipes out a city, the federal government steps in as much as they can. As much as they can. That's a natural disaster. This bridge was done by a ship. In my book, it's a natural disaster. They did not intend to knock down a damn bridge. But that bridge affects everybody in this country, just like that town in Kansas affects all of us. That's the way that we're supposed to think. All for one, one for all of that shit. We sing songs about that. So why is it that when something happens, all of a sudden and there are right now voices out there right now talking, hey, wait a minute, the federal government shouldn't pay that. Joe Biden's just getting out there giving away our money to all this stuff, and that's what Joe Biden's at, the Democrats do and all that, yada, 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 yada. And it's frustrating to listen to that shit when you're supposed to think that our tax dollars are supposed to be for the benefit of all. Oh, wait, John, that's socialist. Oh, shit, you're right, it is.
Let me give you a story of hope. A story of hope.
I need that.
About 5 days ago, because I live in a tourist town. I live in a tourist town, all right?
I'm coming,
5
Dave.
days ago, I went down to the local bakery because they make great donuts. And I walked in and I could hear this American voice, accent. And I turns and looks around and I see a very tall 6'6" gentleman with a 5'1" wife and typical mum and dad and 2 kids. And the kids were teenagers in their teens, like low 13 and 15. Anyhow, I just happened to wander over close and said, how you going? You're from the United States? Yes, we are. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I mentioned that I am involved with the Blue Dots in Texas and that. Oh, well, I'd never heard of them and blah, blah, blah. And I said, if you don't mind me asking, I said, politically, how are you aligned? Because I'm curious to see how the real American thinks, acting a little bit dumb. And
Right.
he said, well, he said, he said, we talk about Trump. And that's what he said. These are his words. We talk about Trump. And I said, well, yes, basically Trump, the MAGA thing, the whole situation. He said, well, I did. And his wife butted in and said, you haven't got a microphone on you, have you? Cheekily, like a hidden microphone.
Right.
And I said, no,
It's a setup.
because it's bad that they think that way, but anyhow, I said, no,
Yeah.
crack and laugh and that. He said, look, we were Republicans. We still are Republicans. But if you're going to ask us who we're voting for, we're voting for Biden. We voted for Trump twice. And we've come to realise after coming to Australia, and in actual fact, it's not just Australia take credit for this. They done the Asia thing, coming down through Asia, down
Right.
in through Darwin, and done the whole big. I mean, the
Nice
guy's not short of a
vacation.
buck, obviously. Big vacation. I mean,
Nice vacation.
we're talking probably a $20,000
Yeah.
vacation with his
Yeah.
kids. Anyhow, he said, yeah, we voted twice, and when we got out of the country and we started seeing other media, and we were sort of, there's no Fox, obviously. I didn't say Fox.
Right.
I did say that there's propaganda stations that don't help the situation. But he volunteered this all to me. He said, we were not really informed. We thought we were informed, but we were informed on the right side. But you know,
The news you're getting,
what
I'm
they're
sure you're
basically.
getting in Australia and other places in the world isn't the same news we're getting.
That's what he basically said.
Yeah, that
We
you
are
can
seeing a
you can
different
tune
news
into,
format.
CNN International. They have other stories about other things other than Trump, and yeah. But if you turn on
But
like
no,
CNN,
they've learned. They've learned though to
MSNBC,
get
it's the
out,
Trump
to get
thing.
away from the cult. Get away from the cult. You've got to shut yourself off, and that's what they did. They come to the other countries, and there's no Fox, there's no Newsmax, and they have converted by just the news in the other countries. No
Well,
one's got
Dave,
in their ear.
that's how come I keep saying that the MAGA party is dwindling. The
The
conservatives.
messaging is wrong,
Yeah,
John. The
yeah.
messaging. This
There's
is
only
the
so much
thing.
conservatives who can put up with when and now you're down to this guy holding up a Bible. Are you shitting me? That right
Well,
there, that little stunt is going to cost him. A lot of conservatives are going to leave, and some of them are probably going to be Christian because
But a lot
what
of
are you
people call
doing?
that blasphemy, and it is. It's
It is
blasphemy.
blasphemy.
It is.
It is. He doesn't know a single
He's
word in that book. Nothing.
No,
He's about like me. He's
no.
probably read it about as much as me, so I don't. I know some of the certain parts. I actually tried to read the thing when I was in a circumstance where what else are you going to do for the rest of your freaking life except read something? So hey, look at here.
Everyone gets depressed.
It just got to be. I am a pragmatic. I don't know. Everybody that listens to me knows, and I hope it does not offend anybody because your religion does not offend me. I am an atheist. I don't believe in that story. There are plenty of stories. Pick a religion. They all have a magic man from the sky. They all have a flood. They all have the same basic storyline. That tells me, well, that's history. We had a flood probably. It was bad. I don't know who did it, but I don't
The
try
aliens.
to base my life on some religion. Nowadays, I do. I try to, like I say, I do, and I'm not lying. You see me on the highway, I'll wave to your ass. You pass trucks in the highway, I'll wave to your ass. Just going down from here to the fucking store. If you pass me, I'll wave. How you doing? Every person on this street I wave at, I smile except butt boy. Well, you know how I wave at you. You got your little signs
Well,
up there. It really makes you happy, doesn't it?
Are they? You've got obviously an issue across the road and a potential danger. The situation is, we all know day one as Trump wins. We all know, and which Mr. Frickin' Bannon needs to be taken in straight away because he's out there on his show the other day saying that when Trump is back in, he's suggesting that he's going to be in the Department of Justice, Bannon.
Why not?
In the Department of Justice.
Why not, Aussie? Come on now.
Could-
Hey, let's don't be
could
rude.
you imagine this?
Me and
He
you are
said-
hogging the conversation.
Okay, who we got? I'm on the phone. I don't know.
Okay, you're there. Okay. Let me see. I want to thank Michael K.Y. Johnson, who came in with $2 and said, this Army veteran has your six. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, and fuck the GOP. KY, thank you very much. And let me see. Joseph Martinez came in with $5 and said, never underestimate dumb people in large groups. Stop Trump, vote Joe Biden. Oh, out of your mouth, Joseph. Susan Rotella came in with $10 and said, be yourself, we need you. Well, darling, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Colonel Clink, hey, I know that guy. Came in with $20 and said, a blue dot in Goliad County, Texas, just north of you. I know where you are, brother. I am writing letters to swing voters and vote forward while listening to you. Vote blue in 24. Keep putting out your message. Outstanding, Colonel Clink. I appreciate you, the donation. But more importantly, that writing to letters to swing every day, baby, do something. If it's nothing, if nothing else, vent to yourself. Just keep that fire lit in you. And Joseph Martinez came back with another $5, said, stop Putin from controlling the oil pipeline. Vote Joe Biden. You know, there's another reason right there. Joseph, thank you. Right there. We're waiting on a vote in the Senate to approve aid for Ukraine so they can fight Putin, so they can preserve democracy and freedom and all of that stuff. And the Senate Republicans are thinking, we're not too much into that democracy thing until you fix the border. Oh, wait, you had a chance to fix the border, but you didn't do that. You voted down your own bill, so you're not interested in fixing the border. What you're interested in is keeping this country on edge, keeping the border as much as an issue as you could possibly make it while you shoot Ukraine in the foot. So spare me your patriotic bullshit when you talk about aid for Ukraine while you ponder the question. And oh my God, shake it in my bones. I don't. I'm hoping you're somebody that can afford that shit, because shaking me bones.
I hope he's a millionaire.
I keep saying shaking in my, because that's the way it first planted in my head. John has
shaking me bones.
Shaking me bones. Came in with a $300 donation and said, hippie Easter and screw the orange turd. well,
$300 donation.
He's loving all of that. Yeah, if you dig down down.
This is the same man. This is the same man that donated last week. This is the same man that donated a big donation last week. Shake your bones, you're an angel. You're an angel.
We don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't know who it is. I'm imagining it's a wealthy person sitting on top of a hill somewhere. Because if you're not, don't do that.
Don't one with a goddamn brain for sure.
Hello, Leo. I want to repeat this again. I appreciate every donation from Shaking Me Bones down to a $2 donation from every person that is a member of this family and contributes.
And every dollar.
I always say, if it hurts you, don't do it. If you're searching for your bills, if you got groceries you got to buy, if you got to make a donation to a candidate, do that. I appreciate
You're a hero,
it.
Shaking Me Bones. You're a hero.
Shaking Me Bones is a woman.
It's a woman.
I also think this woman might actually be a deadhead.
Really?
Hey, man, who cares? I mean, that's a smart person.
A what?
A Grateful Dead follower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my one of my most favorite quotes ever, and I have a lot of quotes in my head I love. The truth is what you find on your way to someplace else. Jerry Garcia. Mm-hmm. The truth is what you find on your way to someplace else. We keep doing that. Hello, Leo.
Hello, Leo.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing,
first of
bud?
all, everybody.
First of all,
John, you know that I can offend the world when I want to.
Oh, buddy, I have a habit of doing that.
I'm about ready to do it. I'm not gonna do it. My son said to me a couple of years ago, and I just got to say it to everybody.
I didn't know that already. Everybody else seems.
And y'all know that I am definitely a person of faith. I'm somebody that preached the gospel. But I will say this to all of you: Happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day. Do something nice. Plant some Easter eggs somewhere around. If you see the homeless guy in the corner, toss $1 in his bucket there. That's what Jesus said to do.
My son is probably, I don't know if I call him an atheist or an agnostic, but he said that to me one time. Happy
agnostic,
zombie
you don't
Jesus
know.
folk.
I try not, I do not push my atheism on anybody. I do not try to tempt anybody to leave their religion. No. Religion is something that's a personal, this is a personal thing between you and your God. Whichever God that is.
Now, I want to back up a little bit. You know, I've been listening for a while.
Yes.
And this is specifically to the how we present it. And I agree, we have to be as positive as we can. However, we also still have to be loud enough to be heard.
It's that
I'm all about peace, but if I'm attacked, and Trump, as far as I'm concerned, is an attack, I will fight back.
There you go, brother. That's what I am.
That's simple.
That's who I am. If you attack me,
there you have it. Other thing I want to do before we get too much further.
To you right up to the day I smack you in the back of the head. So hey.
But I do want to, because she's sitting out there and she being quiet and all of that, and say hello to Velica. She's been around for a while, and she's sitting out there, and she always sends me a message after I've been on. And Velica, hello, good to. Okay, that my grandson
sends the
just
best
sent me
hugs, buddy.
Message.
You get a hug from her. That's
out there.
That's the top, baby.
And hey, Jorge's out there with his hand up.
Yeah, Jorge's got his hand up there. Let's get Jorge. He's always got a lively topic. Oh, you know that guy from... He's from Texas.
From Texas, don't you?
He's from Texas.
Can come up
here.
He
might just be a little
place. He owns a big-ass ranch up there, north of San Antonio. Got a huge ranch up there. I've seen the pictures.
Is that the Tie Biter Ranch?
That is the Tie Biter Ranch.
It's
5 miles outside of town at the end of the dirt road. You can't miss it. Hello, Jorge.
Ernie's Easter closeout specials today. And today only.
Today only.
A little bit of liquid
Easter closeout, yeah. Whatever, yeah. How are you guys? I love you. I love all you guys. You know that.
Hey. We love you back. Don't
you're on the whoopee wave, mate.
Hey, you know, it's been a hell of a week. You know, Donnie and Judge Mershon's daughter. I mean, this dude.
It's shocking.
What looking for shit does that?
Delay. He's just looking for a delay. He's trying to create a delay by the judge
trying to raise
changes the gag order. They appeal the gag order, and he's delaying the whole proceeding.
Do you think a gag order is going to stop him?
No matter what cost.
He looks at that as an advertisement.
No, it doesn't matter what it costs.
That's what that is.
I think he's looking to actually be put in jail for a few days. I think he's looking to be put in jail.
Play on the center. He wants to be who? Donnie? Donnie wants to be the glorious leader. Nothing less.
A martyr. He'd be a martyr. That's what he wants.
Donnie? He don't want to be a martyr.
He'd be a martyr.
Oh, he would if anything happened to him. Yes, he would.
Yeah.
If anything happened to
Dave,
that man,
you know what's going to happen?
They would raise him on the cross, baby.
You said it earlier that he keeps trying to push World War III, and actually, if we look at it, he is. However, if we're not careful, he's going to start World War II.
Yeah, no shit. I just had.
He's already worried about that, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
At the exact same time. Let me thank Demetrius Cephas, who came in with a $10 donation and said, please, my fellow American, vote blue, save our democracy. I worry for my grandson. There it is in a nutshell, baby. I'm old. Am I going to see all the end of this shit? No, but my kids are. And that's why I'm here. That's why I plant my flag.
You know, my congressman probably hates me.
Oh, my
right
shit.
Now.
Yeah, mine too, brother. Let me get Betty Veronica.
Busy.
Betty Veronica 2.0 came in with $10 and said, if Jesus sacrificed his life for our sins, then shouldn't Orange Jesus man up and follow suit? And I don't mean lawsuit, baby. I got a big gong, Betty. Thank you very much for that.
I agree with that 100%. You know what? We keep
100%.
putting this.
Yeah, let's step
This
up and do the
whole
right
thing
thing,
keeps
Donnie.
getting wrapped around for them, wrapped around their religion, especially they're blowing their fucking minds right now because, my God, Biden had the audacity to say you can't put religious symbols on Easter eggs. Oh my God, we can't have that. Look what he's trying to do. It's an attack on religion. Hey guys,
he's trying to destroy God. It's an attack against God. We must rise up against all of us. Grab your guns. Everybody will go down, hunt down every one of them. Hey, I know that guy down the street said he's an atheist. We'll go get his. Yeah. Hey, let me thank Bob Sandoval who came in with $10 and said, hold on. Said, U.S. Army Texas veteran ready to defend my country and my president, Biden, from these fake wannabe soldiers. Oh, damn, Bob, you made me break the gong, man. Come on, dude.
Oh, no.
I gonged my ass off.
Well, see, that's what he's doing at the moment. He's trying to divide the army because he's relying on some of those army pricks of being MAGA people, like maybe 10% of them.
And the sad truth is,
Dave, Ozzy,
there are some. There are some in our police departments across there. They're in the military. They're everywhere, baby. They're a percentage of our demographic. They're
Nazis. They're Nazis.
Joseph Martinez came in with another $5. Said, a camel has a better chance getting through the eye of a needle, getting in the kingdom of heaven. Vote Joe.
Amen. That's if you're going to follow the religious stuff, that is definitely there.
I think it says something about thou shalt not bear false witness, or thou shalt not make pokey with somebody else.
Hey, Trump never heard that one.
There's a whole list of shit that says it's just a list. It's a suggestion. That's all. That's all it is. That's what Donnie says.
I keep getting back to one phrase. Now there's a phrase.
What?
There's a phrase all the way back from my days in theater, and a particular character I played, who was kind of the antagonist in the musical 1776. But he said a thing that I can apply to just about every Trumper I've ever heard. And his quote was, "What is that I smell wafting down from the north? Could that be the stench of hypocrisy?"
Hypocrisy, you say? I think I smells it in the air myself. You know what I like to tell them?
I just need you to shut the fuck up, cause nobody asked you, bitch.
Sing it, baby.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
That's just there to make me smile and feel.
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
God love it.
So yeah, I do. I love that. Ever since the day I got it from a friend of ours, Tim Cormall, who uses his voice. He has his show. If y'all look it up wherever you get your podcasts at, the Tim Cormall Show. He has been using his voice for years, episode 700 and something, I think, and he does it once a week. So that tells you the longevity he has in this game. And he always provides great insight, great conversation. I wish I could steal a whole lot of shit he does on his show and put it on my show and make it work, but I don't know how to make those buttons work myself.
One of those fact-based people. You know, that's the thing, the fact-based
he has the audio. That's what I like about Tim's show is he has a bunch of buttons over there, and every button he pushes is a direct quote from somebody in the news this week, okay? So it's some politician that said something. And then he plays that clip, and then we as guests get to discuss that. And that's the way Tim's format it goes, and I wish I had that because it would probably keep me out of trouble. What's that, Jorge?
It's hard to do that. You know, it takes a lot of production work to get everything keyed up ready for that.
If anybody's thinking about doing this and they ain't in there, just go on and turn on your mic. That's the way it was.
Yeah, this ain't easy, baby.
Can I get back on to
no, we're talking about me, man.
We're here for? Yeah, fuck you. Sorry, mate.
I love it, Dave. I love it.
The bottom line is that I watched the Biden ad yesterday, and it showed the border going nuts, and then we would climb over the fence, and Biden saying over the top, "Yes, welcome, come on in," and all this sort of crap. It was a sarcastic ad, but not any of the two ads I've seen of Biden's because the also the GOP or the MAGA, with the Trump ads have been put out, have been indicating that Biden's open border and it's mayhem.
Right.
Biden has not kicked back and said in any of his ads, we had the deal agreed with the GOP, and then Donald Trump killed it. You know,
Well, you're
he's not
putting that,
kicked
Dave,
Yes.
you're putting that out
Yes.
there almost the same way that you talked about that couple and their family that were there. There is a thing
Yep.
that I honestly believe that has to happen, and that is every damn citizen of this country that votes should get outside of this country for a couple of days, just a couple of days, and look at what
And look
the rest of
backwards.
the world says and
A
sees.
lot of people can't afford to do that.
I know,
For
but
a
it
lot of
still
us,
should be a thing.
Uncle Sam gave us the great opportunity to travel to foreign destinations and meet diverse in. Yeah, there's a whole thing I could say.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
this
no,
people-
Travel
but
to them and
they've
get
got to
shot
get
at is
And then
the
we shoot
opportunity
them.
we have.
Yeah. Hey, let me
They've got to
thank
get
Daniel
off- they've
Solomon,
got to
who
get
came
off-
in with $2 and said, "Fuck Abbott and Trump, Bud and Beer Sunday." Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, Daniel. I'm sorry. I was going
Until they stop watching Fox, and Newsmax, it's going to be very hard. It's leaving the country is no different than changing the fucking channel, or surfing a different part of the net.
Highly
Yeah.
They
recommend.
need to change the channel, brother. They need to change the channel.
You know, nowadays,
yeah.
you know, a lot of people used to travel into Mexico a lot with the news the way it is nowadays and the border the way they talk about it. And yeah, the border communities down there are suffering from lack of tourism because of that shit, because of and again, I tell y'all all the time, I live down here. Do I see a great big horde of? No, we don't see what they're describing on TV. When you see a mass
ain't
of people,
nothing different than it's been for a long time anyway.
no,
And
when
nothing
that
has
convoy-
been
when
any
the
different
convoy
from
went
other
down-
there's nothing
regimes.
different.
When the convoy went down, what did they find? Nothing. They found no mayhem, no looting, no fucking rapists and drug thieves and none of that stuff. They found people in a queue trying to do it peacefully. The only
Well,
violent
that's
people
the whole
Well,
misinformation thing.
you know,
that whole misinformation thing. We also have that brouhaha about the 31st of March. Oh my God, he puts Transgender Day of Visibility, which,
It's been
by
that
the way,
for years.
Thank you.
31st of March.
2009. Since 2009.
Yeah,
remember,
since it was in
remember,
DC.
guys, I have a transgender child. I know this shit.
I think they need to
And
fix
here
that
they are
Easter
making
floating
it
around
into
thing. Fix
something
that.
it ain't.
That way we don't have to worry
It
about
just happened to fall on Easter this year. So,
Which falls all over the place.
which gives
Big
good
effing
Americans
deal.
reason to hate somebody else. Oh, transgender.
Yep.
Oh, we hate them people.
Never, ever
I
has
love them.
America ever had a president or
courage.
ex-president that they fear. Never has
Oh,
America
there's that word,
feared
Dave. That's what that
ex-president
motivates, baby.
or-
Well,
Motivates
we
fear.
did from
Fear motivates a lot of people.
2016 to 2020. I mean, to 2020. We damn sure did. And what John said, I am going to stand against this because I saw it. I know what I saw.
I know what I
am
saw. We all
someone who
witnessed.
actually looks up the
We're
truth,
all witnessing
and
what
I
happened.
will not take it again.
Did he
well,
collude
you know,
with the Russians? Hell yes. Did he hold
Well, they should release
all
the
the money
Mueller
from
report.
Ukraine? Hell yes. He's guilty of all of it. He did
That's what
all
he's
of
doing
it.
now. That's what
Here's
they're
another
doing now.
great big one right there, Jorge. That one of the, and I do know your real name, so I'm just using that. But
Hey,
there is
come on.
another great big
We
one
don't give
there.
out
They
secrets.
keep talking about oil prices. Y'all, do you remember that in 2019 and 2020, Donald Trump demanded of the Saudis that they had to decrease production because it was
Right.
killing Russia?
Sure.
Did it straight up. I can,
He
I can
did.
show you
He
the
did.
receipts.
He did. Oh, oil and gas, baby. Now you're talking our language down here, buddy. We thrive.
but
we
the
live on
Keystone
oil and gas.
Pipeline,
We're
okay?
poking holes in the ground to refining
Yo,
it, to putting it
Keystone
on ships and
Pipeline-
shipping it out, baby.
The shortcut, you mean? The shortcut.
The thing that people fail to understand
Yeah.
is oil and gas.
You know who was
is
on the
just-
board of that? Rick Perry was on the board of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. And then he became Secretary of Energy.
Go figure.
Straight from
Go figure.
Keystone Pipeline to Secretary of Energy, and he didn't understand that nuclear weapons were under that category.
Yeah, what are
and
those?
He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's our ex-governor.
Yeah.
Because he came from an oil and gas state.
Yeah.
But here's the point I was trying to make. Go look it up right now. You can Google all this shit. Go look it up what the CEO pay of major oil companies are. Look at the profit margin that they have made in the last, I don't know, pick a decade. It's outrageous. Yeah. Any other company with a profit margin like that would be pointed out for gouging their customers, and that's exactly what the oil and gas said. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? That's what their attitude. What are you going to put water in your car?
It's not just oil and gas.
Car
it's
needs gas. Where are you going to get
all of the inflation.
Need that stuff, don't you? Yeah, you do. That's the game the oil and gas industry plays. But don't think we can get out of it, because it's not just what you pump in your car. It's the plastics we use. It's in our everyday life. Everything in the freaking computer probably has something made
in makeup. It's in your soap. It's in your makeup. It's in everything.
It's in everything.
Unfortunately,
that means that we're going to just kill this planet, and oh well, to hell with it. So
you just pointed out a very important thing, though, and let's go to that positive side. The CHIPS Act. What is that for?
Another great accomplishment by the Biden administration.
We make semiconductors. And if we're making semiconductors and not buying from China, let's think about it. What do things go into? Everything.
You mean like our nuclear weapon systems, our defense systems, our communication systems, everything, your phone, everything is controlled.
Yeah, all of it.
And that's in the news right now.
Here and talk about how bad he is. Bullshit. The man's done some great shit. We have this misinformation. The bridge that they're screaming about right now. Take a look at what really happened. Forget about who's going to pay for it. We got to pay for it. You can't have that thing closed. No. But how did it happen? The company that runs that ship has got so many fucking violations. It's not even funny.
Yes, they do. Because
that's what happened to that bridge. Don't keep blaming that on Joe Biden.
Where does that come back to?
The company that failed to maintain that ship. The ship had already been, like you said, flagged for several violations that were hazardous.
Corruption, John. Corruption.
Go figure, Dave. You wouldn't think that would get into any of this, would you?
This is what's fucked America. Money and corruption. Money and corruption. They breed each other.
Power. Money buys power.
Get into power and just work to stay in power. That's what they're doing.
The thing that we have to realize is the real power lies within us.
What happened?
These ships
power
go
is
into
changing
ports.
the rules.
Hang on, Jorge.
Hold on, Jorge.
These ships go into port when they're due for inspection, and the ports they go into are port of choice. They go to those ports that have got the lowest standards or quality of staff that are liable to be bribed. So there's no control over that. Long as they get the stamp from the port master or the port captain, that they don't care. But they'll get their ships inspected. We'd have to sail them 5,000 miles to get them inspected.
Maybe part of the investigation that we're going to see will bring some of that out if it's there. Let's hope it does.
Because
corruption, you know damn right well it's there. Hey, guys, I'm going to cut everybody off right now because I got to cut me off. I do want to say one more thing, though. Beyond my happy Zombie Jesus Day, John, you stated a thing, and I understand where you're coming from.
I'm sorry.
You stated about your being an atheist, and I understand that, and I accept that and respect that. However, an atheist is not about believing the stories. It has another whole thing going on there as far as who that person is. Your faith is about how you act. And that's important, and that's what we have to celebrate. Faith ain't about shouting off. It's about how do you act.
How do you feel?
Have a good heart.
Those that
a good heart, a good soul.
Keep your karma good.
Well, then that's what the Bible says. You give a quarter of your field to the poor. A quarter of your field, baby.
Yep. one last thing I want to say, and then I'm jumping out of here.
What's that?
John is going to talk about Leo and the Biker Wisdom and Thoughts page and Biker Wisdom broadcasts and that sort of thing. And what I'm going to say to the people, I have had a big influx of people. On that group, we do have rules, and we are very careful to vet who is applying. If you have asked somebody to join, please tell them that they've got to answer the questions, and they have got to agree to the rules of the group. I would just ask everybody to do that, that's sending people that way. Every time I get off of one of these, I end up with a few of them. Please tell them that they have to answer the questions, and they do have to agree to the rules. And that's everything I got, and I love all of you, and happy...
Hey, we love you, Leo.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day to you
Love
too,
you,
Leo.
man.
Keep using your voice. Keep getting the message out
Leo,
there, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave,
have you got a photograph of the Zombie Jesus somewhere you can post?
Valerie, our love.
Well, of course.
I don't, but I'll bet you anything if I ask my son, he does.
Okay, walking out there with the arms out in front of him. Yeah, okay, well, that'd be nice. I'll be looking forward to that posting. That'll be good to see that.
With
At
open
least
arms,
it won't be the white
with
Jesus
love for
that
everybody.
they so love.
Well,
All right,
how do you know
Leo,
he was
take care
white,
of yourself,
black, male,
and
or
thank you, brother,
female?
for coming in.
All right, I love you, John. I love all the rest of you. Have a good one.
You too, brother.
Good night,
Hey,
Leo.
let me thank Betty Veronica 2.0, who came in with another $5. Said, rapists and drug dealers, criminal caravans have an elephant logo and are called the GOP. Keep Joe's momentum and vote blue, baby. Thank you, sweetie. I'm sorry, I was thinking about that. Thank you, Betty and Veronica. I appreciate it very much. And Peter came back in with another $20 donation. Peter, thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you that donate to this show, baby. I'm going to put it to good use, baby, because, hey, I'm going to.
I think the GOP's dead, John. I think the GOP's dead. You don't have to say GOP anymore.
In the foot every day, Dave. I do. Every day, every time I turn on the news, every time I see some stupid shit like the guy with the pickup truck, he's chasing people out of the conservative party.
That's disgusting. Threatening a president is a crime, and he has been threatened by Trump.
It used to be.
Well, it used to be, yeah.
I think they're about to give that up now, because it's becoming an everyday thing here with Donnie. So what are you going to do? He keeps doing it. You're going to slap him on the wrist and tell him don't do that again. He's going to do it again tomorrow. I'll put a gag on you.
Free speech.
And if he does it again, then he has room for appeal, and then he can drag this out longer.
Oh, it's all about the drag.
Look, this free speech shit is just being exploited so badly.
Are you still there, baby?
It's just ridiculous. The fact that they can call this free speech, it's not. It's hate speech. Hate speech. I mean, look at TikTok. They can get a case together to get rid of TikTok within 5 days, but they can't fucking get a case together to solve other issues. That need to be solved.
Solve any other major crisis. Yeah, they have trouble. We're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna form committees. We're gonna do a lot of shit. You won't believe the dogs and ponies we have to pull out on stage and entertain every one of us whilst they
the hate speech, they are condemning they're condemning TikTok for the hate speech that's on the TikTok. What about Truth Social? That's full of hate speech from Trump.
Oh,
and that's still allowed to be up there.
I don't have an account over there, but I hear about it occasionally, and that's what it is. It's a haven for maggots, ones that are planning the next January 6th, the next insurrection. It's the army he is raising. Again,
it's a conspiracy
place. He's not trying to win an election. He's trying to raise an army. Hey, and before we get Uncle Fatty,
did you know he's only got?
Well, hold on.
He's only got 500,000 followers. On that,
down.
There's only 500,000 people.
He's not a big player in the social media game. What it is a news generator, and that's what he wants. Adam Hewitt came in with $5, said, whenever any news, media, or people bring up inflation, turn it around to their faces as CEO Prince price gouging. Keep smiling and vote blue all the way. Really? You want to, James? You hear somebody talking about Joe Biden. Look at the gas prices. Oh, really? Joe Biden did that? Really? Just I want to, you have to explain how the whole free market system works on how come he's paying that much for gas. If any president had the power, we would all be paying 25 cents for gas right now. Under any president. How else are you going to hit the American people? Well, let's lower the gas bill.
Yeah, if they could do it,
yeah, guess what? The oil company's going to say, oh, piss off. We don't do that.
Guess what?
Shit.
I can't.
Yeah, I can. Jeez, have you
That's
seen the size of our refineries? If you haven't, take a look at Corpus Christi. We are a booming oil and gas town, baby. Look at our port. Go look at pull it up on Google Maps. Take a look at that ship channel. When you see the new bridge being built there too, you'll see that, so we can get bigger ships in there. That's what not because our old bridge is falling apart, which it is. That's not the reason, because we got to get bigger ships in here. Because we just built this great big, over 10 years now, refinery on the ship channel down there, and it's big, and it's got shit to pump out, and baby, we need bigger ships in here. That's why we're getting a new bridge. Do we need a bridge?
Okay,
yes.
And who paid for the refinery?
Well, it's just the motivation. The motivation isn't because the bridge is old and it needs repairs and we need to upgrade our infrastructure. It's no. Do you know how much more money we can pay to make if we could just raise that bridge by another 30 feet?
Refinery, too.
Yes, it's all about. That's what moves industry. It's what moves government is money. That's how come it's so important for you to donate to Joe Biden and others to political, because it is money that runs this. We see that right now. Joe Biden's kicking ass. Let me throw that out there. Joe Biden's kicking ass. Donnie wasn't too happy about Joe Biden's big soiree there with President Obama and President Clinton. It was a pretty big act. He can't match that shit. W is not going to come to Donnie's thing. No, W's telling him kiss off. So I don't know what kind of people he's going to try to bring to his, but he's going to try, because it's about the money. So yeah, as it is in my own house and in my own show, this money that you donate that gives me the ability to keep doing this. It's your donation, that $2 that you're going to send to somebody, that's going to help them advertise and get their message out. We only have months left to do this. So yeah, unfortunately, money plays a huge part of the political process. I mean, Uncle Fatty.
Boy, oh boy.
I hope you brought a fat one, brother. Come on. Uncle Fatty, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can. How you doing?
Good evening.
So I'm up on top of snowboarding hill. It's
kiss my ass.
Day. Beautiful day. Okay, beautiful day. Bluebird skies, fresh snow.
Love it.
And then I get to hear my favorite people on the radio.
Well, thank you, brother.
I had to pull out down to the car, just to make sure I could come in and say, fuck MAGA.
Yep. Screw them people. And read that shit. Hell, you don't even have to go far. You could read the synopsis. It'll tell you enough.
There's so many sources out there. The librarian over at the Tony Michaels show has done a very great breakdown. We've got some stuff on the Tony Michaels Discord as well that I'm going to try to be transferring onto a new Discord page for myself that can be shared with the Blue Dot Discord page. Right. I would encourage anybody and everybody that's listening, get onto the Discord. Okay, it's the new thing, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
It is.
It's a little bit weird to navigate. Just think of it as
what allows us to have this conversation.
It is a tool, and it's being used for the good right now. And the more we can utilize these tools, the better. And shove this shit right back in their faces. I ain't putting up with shit anymore. John, I'm here to take some weight off of your shoulders, brother. I'll tell you something.
I appreciate it. But
it's fascist fatigue, and I've been fighting these fuckers since the 90s. Fascist fatigue is real.
It is real.
You have to consciously take the time to break it down and take 3 breaths.
Man, y'all don't.
Because what we don't do.
Thank y'all are tired of hearing me yell and scream. My wife's
brother.
Bless her heart, she has been through hell and back.
No, scream till I'm fucking blue in the face.
That's me. That's me.
But
I'm going to stand my ground. My wife knows that. And we are going through some very difficult times.
These are our fellow Americans.
That's right.
That's right. these are the people that we love.
She knows where my heart lies.
I don't know these people.
She stands
these aren't my brothers
me
and sisters,
100%.
but these are my fellow Americans.
How else?
You know what I'm saying, brother.
Well, you know that sounds all corny, don't you? All corny, patriotic, talking about how much you love, all that kind of shit. It is corny. It is. And I love every second of it. Because that's the basic part of this, is you have to have a love of not only your country, but your fellow Americans. That's what we're in this fight for. They keep trying to deny what our government is supposed to do. It is a United States. We are supposed to take care of each other. We are supposed to raise each other up all across this country. That's our job. Oh, wait. God damn it. I'm confusing it again with socialism. Son of a bitch. We need to get rid of them fire stations.
Including them Vietnam veterans, too. What are they supposed to do, right?
Well, another great
source for that, brother. I know what I'm doing.
Butler is a great source for that. We're rooting out Nazis all over the place, and we're starting with the military.
I stand up then and now for the same thing I stood up then.
Did you know that Qatar,
the country,
Qatar, they donated $50 million to Newsmax, according to Forbes Financial.
Sounds like they have a
donated
interest.
50. That smells to me. That smells dirty to me. $50 million from Qatar to an American propaganda station.
Go take a good whiff around Jared Kushner's house. Go take a good whip around Jared Kushner's house. Let me thank Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong that I keep trying to kill, deliverer of secret squirrels, and the best hugs anybody ever gave me. Diana Mallory came in with a $5 donation and said, there will be no justice for the idiot. It will be up to we the people. We need to take back our government. Vote blue down the ballot. All the way to dog catcher, baby. Thank you, Diana. And Be Kind came in with $5 and said, people in Hungary are protesting against their authoritarian leader. Power to the people. It always rests in the power of the people. Even the biggest despots in the world have been toppled. The biggest governments have been toppled by the people.
And when was it that Putin gets to be cool now?
Yeah, I wonder when that happened. I don't know when that happened.
Cool,
all of a sudden, he's a cool guy. The Republicans love him. The maggots just eat him up. Hey, let me thank Daniel Solomon, who came in with a $5 donation and said, he's sleep, Joe, in raising prices on millions of different items and at the same time. What the hell? He's sleep, Joe. Wait a minute. I'm trying hard not to misunderstand this. He's sleepy. I'm saying he's Sleepy Joe in raising prices on millions of different items at the same time. What the hell?
Yeah. He's Sleepy Joe, but yet he's raising all the prices.
Daniel, I don't want to misquote you, brother. But it sounds like
Sleepy Joe. Yeah, Sleepy Joe is doing all this amazing shit, right?
Well, now I don't want to
He's
jump on
responsible for all that stuff.
Not what he meant.
That was the real troll. That was
I bet that was.
That's what we call a Class A right to the face, right there.
It's comedy.
It wouldn't be the first time I've been slapped, buddy.
Stepping on rakes.
That's all right.
We get trolled all over the place.
I appreciate the $5. He went all the way to $5 too. He didn't come in here with a $2 donation.
That was Blue Dot making a joke. That was a great fucking joke. I'll tell you that.
There you go. There you go.
We like it.
I'm sorry, Daniel. See, I'm on my edge, Daniel. Please remember that. Yes, several people are pointing out. He's pointing out the hypocrisy of the maggot crowd. If Joe Biden can control the price of gas, he can control the price of everything. So everything going up, so therefore it must be. Daniel.
Man,
it's been a rough week, brother. And my mind isn't clicking on all cylinders. I'm off the chart on a lot of shit. There has been so much on my mind. I'm on the defensive. I
newsflash
tremendously. What?
Peru. You know that country called Peru?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Peru have there's a video been posted by Reuters. The Peru prosecutors got a battering ram and knocked down the president's front door and because of and charged him with graft, GARFT, graft. That's in Peru, so they can do it. They can do it. Look at this, Mr. Garland. They fucking knocked his front door down with a battering ram, and he's the president.
Yeah, we don't do that here. We don't do that. As a matter of fact, that's what we're trying desperately not to happen.
Well, what was that couple in Malaysia? That couple, the husband and wife that Imelda Marcos, the Marcos thing. This is what Trump is. He's no different than Marcos.
No, he's just a wannabe.
Remember Imelda Marcos? She had 2,000 pairs of shoes or something?
Imelda Marcos. I'm sorry, that Aussie accent was getting in my way, Dave.
Okay. Imelda Marcos.
Imelda Marcos.
Remember her?
I know her. I know. I've seen her in person.
Corrupt,
and her husband.
Remember how corrupt her husband was? Yes. He was a corrupt man. He had people killed.
Marcos.
He was
went to jail
the president
too,
of the
didn't he?
Philippines when I was stationed there. When
Ferdinand
martial law was
Marcos.
in effect, and your ass better be off the street by 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, bings, boy, there's machine guns in the freaking street, maybe on the back of Jeeps. You better have your ass off the fucking street.
Yeah, he used the troops from day one when he got in.
3,000 sailors to grab a girlfriend for the night and head to the nearest motel and get off the street. That's what memories, baby. What do you do with them? They hang around.
That's martial law. That's what Trump will bring in.
That's exactly what it was,
he's gonna
Dave.
be there.
It was martial law. I was there when the Philippines was under martial law. I was at a parade one time.
And that was Marcos.
We had to get all dressed up in uniform while he drove by. I went, stand at attention. There he goes. Okay, let's all go back and get a beer. San Miguel beer. By the way, best beer I ever had in my life. Ever. Mm-hmm. If I had it here the way they made it there, I'd probably be drunk all the time. But Daniel Solomon, thank you very much. And again, I apologize tremendously. I don't know why my mind was. Daniel Solomon came in with $2 to say I was making a joker. And indeed you were, brother. He's Sleepy Joe, and he raises prices on everything. Of course he does, because he's the president. He can do that.
Well, I spent 20 grand on that truck wrap, and I got about 15 grand worth of red hats. I got about 10 grand worth of caps. I got all the pins. I got all the flags. I got everything you want, but goddamn Joe Biden's raising prices on everything.
I can't understand what's happening. He's got just wait till the results come in from the Bible sales. That'll do it. Wait a minute. The 10 Commandments. It's Trump's 10 Commandments. You can buy the original document right here. Anyway, Betty Veronica 2.0 came in with a $5 donation and said, Midas Touch Network, Ken Harborough, my cursor's in the way, must see documentary Against All Enemies, Rent or Buy equals important for all to watch. Midas Touch Network.
Without a doubt,
Against All Enemies.
Very important to watch that one, guys.
I will
John?
check that out. Yes,
it's Midas Touch, people.
Wait, I heard the voice of an angel. Shut up, Jorge. Yes?
Credits.
Oh, look at there. It's time. See how time flies? See how time flies?
Time's fun when you have fun.
I know it. You're keeping me out of trouble. Conversations get carried away. Well, Lady Freedom Marks, I'm sorry, you're not feeling well, baby. But she's going to keep spitting on the rocks. There you go. There you go.
Now, we know that Biden has now picked up in the polls and doing quite well. Do we know the gain he's got on Trump? I know he's got a few points on him. Has he got 5 on him? Do we know that?
You know, the last, I think about 3. I was going to say 3 points up.
Right.
I think that, to tell you the truth, I still think that is an over-exaggeration on Trump's part because it's going to sell news. That's the sad reality of our life now is I don't care what station you turn to, it's the Trump story. Why does he need money for advertising when all you have to do is turn on your news? Because it's there 24/7. I try to get away from it. Mama's got me watching. They do. You know what show I like to watch? When Steve Harvey is on Family Feud. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very funny. I don't care what the subject matter is. He makes you laugh and makes you smile. And around our house right now, we're trying to do that. And so, yeah, but I still have to to check into the news. I'm reading it or watching it somehow, so I'm not make such an idiot of myself every time I turn on this camera.
Did everyone see Larry David?
Oh yeah.
No,
did everyone
did not.
see Larry David? His comment about Trump? My God, it was fantastic. I will post it on Discord for you.
Put it in Discord.
Or something.
Anybody see the cold opening of Saturday Night Live?
Oh yeah. Great.
That guy that does Donald Trump, they couldn't have found a better person to do him than that guy.
Yeah, he's coming in just to do that character.
Yeah, just that character, because he's got that look, he's got the sound, he's got the eye movements, the everything.
He doesn't actually overdo him either.
No,
it's really weird.
It's a very subtle. Yeah, it's him. Every time you look at him, you think, "Oh, that's Trump, man. That's him." Hey, let me think. Keith Thompson, that Marine, came in with a $2 donation and said, "Sick of seeing Trump as news. Put him in jail." Brother, out of your mouth. Brother,
ain't no money for nobody if he's sitting in jail, though.
That's true. That's true. Well, no, wait, bail. Are you talking bail?
Have to buy his own
he could raise bail.
This whole
he'd sell
media
himself
thing,
as a political prisoner is what he would do.
Yes.
That's exactly what he does.
It's such a rigged system when the cable companies are all bought off by these corporations, and the corporations have a vested interest in maintaining neutrality in information. So when we're thinking that everything's normal, and we're thinking this is just a normal fucking day, when it's not.
I'm thinking I look at the news
still make money?
And these people know exactly what they're doing. It's not the news that I grew up with or any of us grew up with. This is news for profit nowadays. This is since the inception of cable news.
This is how the Republican Party has been bought off.
It's the way everything is run. From the way we vote, the gerrymandering that goes on in this country, to the technology that we have, baby, everything. Think about all the shit. Anyway, Adam Hewitt, a.k.a. Chong, came in with $2, said, trying to buy gold sneakers, but they don't fit. LOL. Well, now you might have a little trouble there, Adam, because, they sold out. They sold so many.
I got some old Skittles and some Mexichrome spray paint. We could dull it up, have ourselves a little party.
There's somebody in the back room with some tennis shoes with some gold spray paint as we speak. I don't think the demand is there. I think the sold out part is true. They only made a certain amount of them, and oh my God, it was just so much we sold out. Really? If it was selling that hot, you'd be making some more of them, but you ain't. So, and Daniel Solomon came back with $2 and said, Tony Michael's podcast is awesome. Please check it out. There's another source.
Welcome.
Thank you, Daniel. I thank you so much for tuning in and watching our show all the time. But Leo Sahaki and his voice, there are people, Andy Paguda, Tim Cormall, we're all kind of small fish in a big pond. But we stay in there. Midas touch, big fish or bigger fish. It's still small fish, bigger pond. The good liars. I love those guys. They're putting microphone. Yeah, I love I don't like to miss them guys.
Some stuff back from TYT as well, guys. To where
the Young Turks.
Where I can live stream their stuff, and once you're kind of wrapping up here. We want to get you out of here in a consistent time, John. So right about this time, we can transfer over to my channel. I'll be doing a live hosted panel off a StreamYard, and we'll be doing just kind of a half an hour to 45 minutes of the illness or education that we've been doing over at the Progressive Matters page on YouTube, the Angry Ginger. So we just take those.
I hope everybody caught that. So. Repeat where you're going to be, Fatty, so they can.
And just say, hey, is this what's wrong with this person? Okay, we're going to see something here. We haven't seen it yet. Good liars clips, right?
Oh yeah.
And we let the person talk, and then we figure it out. What is it? And it's either two things. It's either illness, mental illness, or education. And addiction falls into mental illness. And we got to remember that MAGA is an addiction. Okay, we are going to be met with denial and fight or flight. And it's always going to be fight. And then we're going to meet with justifications and rationalizations. and projection and storytelling and delusions of grandeur.
Oh,
okay. And I love these folks, and I've flipped a lot of folks, and I want to be part of the positive change. And there's so much shit that we haven't even covered, folks. So much shit that, like, I ain't gonna let this summer get away from me. I know that. I'm gonna spend my Tuesdays and Thursday evenings after you guys are done, spending another few hours with anybody that wants to join, and we'll just carry this party right on into the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Keep the voice going is what I want.
And I did my homework.
Before we run out the door here, I got to say hello to my buddy. Hey, Adam.
Hey, what's shaking,
What are you
guys?
doing? Are you playing with your rocks again? Did you come in here after playing with your rocks?
I wish the rocks were blue. I tell you what, but they happen to be the other color.
Hey,
but
buddy, you got beautiful.
Yeah,
rocks,
man, those are almost like those round. You're thinking marbles.
That's what they are.
When you get three of them together, and you
start contemplating stuff, and I get lost in the patterns.
Man, you just grab one of those worry stones.
How Mother Earth created that rock with those layers. I love it.
You bet. But
yeah, I was just kind of wanted to click in with shaking me bones that to follow up a little bit of us. Totally. And I mean, I live the same. I live the same kind of lifestyle as maybe most know, but
I do.
I do, Adam. It's in another one of Jerry and Robert Hunter's, greatest lyrics are, "We will get by."
We will. We will.
We will get by, and we will win, and we got this. It's not even close.
It is our country. It's worth the fight, but we have to get everybody's on the line, baby. Everybody on the line. Nobody stays in the bunker. Everybody gets on the line.
And we got it. It's on the line. Yeah, you bet. So, yeah, I thought and I really like Ozzy's viewpoint from across the pond and stuff.
We'd love to get that outside perspective.
You bet. My brother's over in Iceland, and he's kind of we share the same views, and he's saying the same thing. And he's in Iceland right now for a little family trip.
Yeah, what we
and he's saying the same thing
from the outside.
Exactly. Yeah. What do we look like from some other place? They don't allow this kind of stuff. Oh, they don't allow this stuff everywhere else. Like, where are we? Squirrel.
Well, our friends in Europe are tripping out pretty hard right now.
It's crazy.
America sneezes and the whole world catches a cold, brother.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's this is so important because it not only determines our future, who goes in our house is going to determine a lot of what happens in the future across this.
In the future, exactly. Yeah. I mean, my nieces
are on the line all over the place, and we already know Donald wants to come in and kick NATO in the knee again. That's exactly what he wants to do.
Oh, geez.
Anyway.
So yeah, they just let me hop in here for a little minute. Keep rocking, keep smiling, vote blue, and piss on that orange and make them bleed. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
All buddy.
Adam.
All right.
Take care. And
you bet.
I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining the conversation tonight. Aussie Dave, always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure. We appreciate your perspective a lot in this family, and I know you have a large following yourself in this family who don't want to go down there and visit you. Who don't want to come down and see Aussie Dave? Nobody. Everybody wants to come, baby. So.
Well, we've got a saying down in Australia. Donald Trump, not leader of my free world. That's it.
That's it, baby. Thank you for that, Aussie. I appreciate the shit out of it, and I appreciate your voice. And Jorge, Tire Biter, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Well, you caught me just as I was putting my pizza together.
How is the wonderful
We're fixing to go camping on Thursday.
Go again. No fair. I want to go.
We're going up to the lake on Thursday.
Outstanding. Enjoy it, brother.
And then we're going to come back home and lay low and watch the eclipse because it's going to run right across my front porch.
Oh, man, shut up. We're trying to make plans.
Ground zero, man.
Travis and the boys they're going. Okay, the question is, me and Mom going to make that trip. Okay, it's only about a 3-hour ride there. Not even that. 2-hour ride there. 2-hour ride back. We don't even have to get. It would be my second eclipse. I've already been through one total eclipse in my life, and it was something to remember. My kids are not going to miss this. I think the plan is to go to Uvalde. Uvalde is where the X happens, which if you knew, I didn't know. I just found out there was another solar eclipse, not a total solar eclipse. It was called something else. I can't remember right now. In the center of it hit Uvalde last year. This is the big one. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a similar event that crossed from the other direction, but it was an eclipse of some sort, let's say. But the big one is this one, and it crosses right on Uvalde. So Uvalde has
anything that will take people in a different direction
from
my house is good.
But it will. It's where the totality. Away. It's where the totality is going to last the longest.
Oh, they're all coming here.
Oh, baby, they're going to be all over the place. I'm not even going to try to go to a motel and spend the. No,
it's going to be a nightmare.
We're going to park somewhere, watch the eclipse, and then come home.
Blue Dot shirts while everybody's in town. Make this an opportunity of it. Get out there with some damn signs.
Hey, Colonel Craig was thinking about going to Uvalde. Outstanding. Yeah, maybe look for me on the side of the road. I'm not hard to miss. That guy with a beard. That's him. Anyway,
me and Nan, we're going to be hunkered down for it.
You don't have to go anywhere. That's great. Jorge, take care of yourself. Give my best to Nan.
Okay, we love you guys.
We love you back, brother. Take care. And Uncle Fatty.
Have a good evening.
You guys are a huge inspiration to me. I'm going to tell you something.
Well, brother, we
Texas
appreciate
Paul
that.
convinced me a few years ago to get my voting rights back. And John,
indeed, worth every bit of it, wasn't it?
Inspired me to use my voice.
Indeed, brother. That's what we need.
You don't know how much I appreciate
voice,
being a part
but
of
more
the family,
importantly, use your vote.
Growing. There's a thing going on right now.
We're going up in numbers. Yes,
it's going to be a fun ride.
Our numbers are definitely going up. Several thousand in the last 30 days. It is amazing. My son keeps looking at it and going, "Really? Yeah, really? Hey, go figure." I don't know. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah, man.
Because there's more and more people concerned about this and wanting to be involved. If you're listening to my show, I know you're already involved. You're already concerned. You're already wanting to do something. We're just here to pump the pom-poms, baby. Let me thank Corey Barton, who came in with $5 and said there's more pro-democracy people than them that wants Trump again. Right-wingers project like crazy. That's all they got. I couldn't agree more, Corey. It's all they don't have the numbers, baby, and they keep chasing people out of their party constantly. Anyway, Uncle Fatty, thank you again, and y'all remember, follow this. Go over there and give Uncle Fatty a listen. Get on the conversation. Better yet, that's always handy.
Yeah, hit me up on the Discord. I'm more than happy to help anybody get into the Blue Dot room and just kind of start getting used to the program. And as far as it goes, any of that type of stuff. But I'm an online junkie anymore. I love information, and what I'm doing is just this AI stuff is really cool.
Deanna, Texas Paul and Tennessee Brando. I could not recommend them more. Both of them, Texas Paul and Tennessee Brando. They put their heart into this shit.
And we got Boston Brian in the crowd, I believe, right now in the chat.
I see Richard. I see Richard with his hand up. And Richard, I'm going to bring you in real quick to say goodnight because we have to go. I'm going to get y'all going to get my ass in trouble. I don't know what this damn thing is. It's a conspiracy. Anyway, Uncle Fatty, take care of yourself. Love you back, brother. And if Richard's not going to come up, then we'll just leave that there, and he can come in next time, I guess. Miss you, chick.
Yes, John.
Oh, thank you for being here, baby. I appreciate
it.
Oh,
you're welcome, John.
I
and I always want to remind everyone.
I need that anchor.
Huh? I know. I always want to remind everyone that, everyone has their own opinions. Take what you like, leave the rest. We don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to disagree with each other. We just form our own.
We just want to move in the same direction.
On the table.
We all want to move in the same direction. We can weeble wobble all over the place, but we got to get there. So But I appreciate you so much. Do you have anybody you want to call out? Huh?
You called Richard here. Oop, then he's gone.
Richard,
never mind.
Yeah, Richard didn't make it in. Maybe next time, Richard. Yes. I appreciate the.
I want to call out April 2nd. Yeah. I want to call out 2nd? Connecticut. Yep, April 2nd, Tuesday, this Tuesday. Connecticut, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, Wisconsin, Alaska. You all have presidential primary, maybe even plus other stuff. Arkansas, Mississippi. You've got some runoffs that you have to get in there and vote on. Alaska is on the 6th. That's next Saturday. And then we roll into one more Saturday after that is Wyoming. Get out and vote. Get out and vote, people.
Ms. Chick, thank you for providing that list. That's the work that Ms. Chick does for this family. She lets us know in advance when these races are coming. It's hard to keep track of so many across this country. And Miss Chick is doing a damn good job of doing just that.
And it's just important. I mean, a lot of people, I think, in particular right now, are brushing off the primaries. No, please go vote. Just go vote.
Don't brush off the primaries, baby. That's who's going to determine who's in the main race. So make sure you're the one you're voting for, the one that you're supporting, is in there, has your support. So that's how we win, baby. Every time there's
show your support.
That's it. Get out there and do your stuff. Retriever 19 Golden is voting on blue on Tuesday in New York. So,
all right.
Thank you very much. Outstanding.
Excellent.
Anybody else share this shit or something you want to call out?
Yeah, there's some people out there that just love to share your shit.
I'm just amazed every time. Who did that?
I know.
Who did that shit?
I know. Well, this time it was Dan Liebold from Illinois, Sue Knapp Riley from Pennsylvania, and Leonard or Leo Perez from New Jersey. Leo? James Prebish, he's a Army vet from Delaware.
Outstanding.
And Paul Adams from.
That name sounded familiar to my head.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Paul Adams from Pennsylvania shares quite often. And
thank you.
Jim Stotts from Texas.
Outstanding. This family grows because y'all share this shit. That's how this works. Every one of us knows this crap. That's how the internet works, I guess.
We're getting a little bit of static on your end, John, but might be your cord.
It might be my cord. I'm trying to get that fixed. I shall chastise myself. I got to get the card. Yes.
My crystal ball says that you might get a little ding dong noise here in a second.
See how they are with their crystal balls over there? I ain't got no ding over here. I don't even have it.
Oh, big shout out to Miss Bernadette and Miss Bellica as well. All of you ladies that are in this group are doing some serious work.
Indeed.
And one last thing, John.
Yes, sir.
For everyone that wants to send out some good healing vibes, our own Karen Van Wyk.
Karen Van Wyk?
She's having a little health issue. They're going to keep her overnight and do some tests in the morning. So just send out some good healing vibes.
I hope you studied well, and I hope you pass those tests.
Yes, pass those tests. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of us that are facing medical issues in our life, and it's part of our life now. So it's there's always something that seems like it's come along trying to, I don't know, but keep your spirits up. And Karen, thank you so much for everything you've done over the years with this family. And we're sending all the good vibes that we possibly can, baby. I'm sending them out there. I hope you get every one of them. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you so much. Well, wait.
You're welcome, John.
Your crystal ball.
Did it ding?
No, I ain't got a ding yet. Do you know who it was, or?
Well, I'll call it out. Corey Barton. No message. Just another $5. Thank you, Corey.
Corey, thank you very much. My thing must be slacking here because it didn't set.
There it is.
Come on. I had to wait just 5 more seconds before I get the message after, it had to go through Miss Chick's crystal ball. It has to run over to Bernadette's crystal ball. And then I'm sure I'm the last one that gets it. Anyway, Corey, thank you very much. It is by the work of everybody in this family, Bernadette, Mrs. Chick, Mark, BW, the list of the people that do things for this show to make it possible. It gets bigger all the time, and I want to thank every one of you that have anything to do with this show. We love you, and all that mushy shit.
All that mushy shit.
That Silver Jedi would say. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this family. We'll be back on air again Tuesday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. Ain't no telling what's going to happen between now and then. So I'm sure the earth will shake several times, and we'll all feel it. And we'll come back and discuss it. Anyway, until then, take care of yourselves. Again, the best thing you can do is put a smile on your face every day and go out and give that shit away. Somebody needs it. I love you. Thank you for being here. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We will see y'all later.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.